In this tutorial I'm going to introduce you to Google Documents. Now you can do this two ways. One, you can create the document where it'll just be placed into your My Drive inbox essentially, or you can select the actual folder where you'd like the document to go. So in this case I'm going to make sure that I select the document where I would like it to go. Then I'm going to go to Create. Now you can see that there are a lot more apps here that you can create. I'm just going to select the document one, and I'm going to go Create and Share. Now most of the time it'll probably just say Create, but the reason why it says Create and Share is because the folder that I'm placing this document into has been shared with others already. So I'm just going to go ahead and click that. You'll notice that it takes you out of your Google Docs tab at the top, and it creates a new tab for you. Now at the outset, it's important that you do name the document up here. If you don't name it, it won't be saved, and I'll explain a bit more now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to write here test, and I'm going to click OK, and that's it. It's given a name to it, and you'll notice immediately it says all changes saved in Drive. Now the difference between Word and Google Documents is that Google automatically saves every couple of seconds. That is, unless you don't have internet access, which is brilliant if you do have internet access, because it means that you don't have to worry about losing any work if something were to happen. If you were to leave your computer and come back later, it automatically saves for you. And you can even check when last it was changed by having a look at the revision history. Now this will tell you who did what to the document and at what time, and that's brilliant for authenticity purposes. And having a look at the general layout of Google Documents, you'll notice that it looks incredibly familiar to Microsoft Word. That's because largely it is. They've used a lot of the same layout features, and you'll notice that you can change headings to the font types, styles, your bold, your italics, your underlined. Now you can go and do that using the same simple shortcuts that you would in Microsoft Word if you wanted. So if I were to just write student work here, I could very simply just highlight it, bold, italics, and underlined, and you'll notice at the top here it says saving, and then all changes saved. And again, revision history. Right, if I click on it, it'll tell me who's done what. Now this is really brilliant for in class, because you can give one document to every single child in the class, or you can give it to just a few. And you can do this very simply by just clicking on the share button at the top there. Now, as I told you previously, this document will be shared already because I've shared a whole folder with the English department. And I could even further share this with others if I wanted to by just going to the share again, and just perhaps by just putting in another student's name, clicking on it, and then clicking share and save. Now I'm not going to do this, but I'm just going to leave it as is, and I'm going to move on with having a look at this. First thing you'll notice is that I've got all the same tabs at the top: File, Edit, View. Well, largely it's very similar. Now if you are a real whiz at Microsoft Word, you'll very quickly learn that Google Documents is not as advanced. It doesn't have all the same features as Microsoft Word, but it does have all of the basic necessary features that we would want it to have when using in the class. If you were to click on File like I have here, and you scroll down, you'll notice that there is no Save button. That is because it saves automatically. Now again, you can go into New and you can create different forms, different documents. One thing that I want to show you is if you go down and have a look at Download As, you can download this document as a Microsoft Word or an open Office document, or even a PDF. And that's really useful if you're wanting to transfer it and send it somewhere else, or to somebody that doesn't necessarily have access to Google Docs. It's really easy, very simple to do. You just highlight it, you just click on it, and then it'll download straight away. So the other useful thing that you have in Google Docs is this brilliant little tab at the top here, which is called Comments. So you can just click on Comments, and you click on Comment. And this is great because if you have student work and they've written your essay, you can highlight a specific word or phrase, and you can just say something very simple like change the title, and this will then appear on their document, and they can have a look at this whenever they want. And so you can have a range of comments all the way down the side that'll help the student to be able to obviously progress in their work and to work on things maybe such as style and form, or even punctuation and grammar. And again, this is really useful for authenticity purposes because you'll have a record of these different things. And then even if you close the tab like I'm going to do, it would still be saved. What you'll notice is there it is, appears in test. Right, all I can do is I can click on it again if I needed to, open it up, and again my comments are right there. If there was more than one person working on this document, there would be a little colourful block that would appear next to the comments tab, and however many people are looking at this document, or however many squares you would see, and they would have a little colourful cursor that would move around the page showing you exactly what you're doing. The brilliant thing with Google Document is that it's real time, and so whatever you are doing on that page at that time, everybody else can see. I've used this a fair number of times in class, and I can see that a particular student isn't necessarily paying attention, and I can just write something very simple as this. And I can place it there, and they'll instantly know that I know what they're doing or not doing. And I can just backspace it, delete it, and just leave them, and they can get on with their work again, and I can come back and I can check it, and I can see exactly what they're doing. I don't necessarily have to be walking around the classroom to be staring at a particular document. As long as it's shared with me, I have access to it, and I can change as many things as I want to. And that is documents in a nutshell.